I'm also at that age, ladies and gentlemen, where a day out for me is a trip to the Well Man Clinic, and I'm now less concerned about my doctor's qualifications as I am the size of his finger. Oh. Or indeed the quality of his manicure. Oh. Nobody likes a scaggy prostate examination, do they, chaps? No. But I had to go to the doctors recently. I had to have some tests done, and when the results came back, the doctor said to me, he said, "Mr. Grace, we're a little bit concerned. We're not quite sure what's going on. You appear to have 15 joss sticks and a prayer mat stuck up your arse. What's happening there?" I said, "Oh, well, yes. My body is a temple." I did have a bit of a problem with marijuana a few years ago. I booked myself into that Priory clinic. As I went through the gates, I saw this sign saying, "Please keep off the grass." Well, that's a very basic service for a lot of money, so I left. My great-granddad was so much better than my awful one. He used to come out with all the sayings. He used to say things like, "If it ain't broke, hit it harder." Or, "You can't make an omelette, because I'm a vegan." But his favourite, he used to sit me down on his lap and he used to say, "Now, Rob, if you can't say anything nice, you're a fucking bellend." Don't think he quite got the irony of that one, so I don't know. He did win a very prestigious competition once, though. He won Best Body in the Morgue competition, which was no mean feat, really, because he was up against some very stiff opposition. That's growth number 3. I'm making a note of that. My mate Barry won a wank in a raffle. That was a stroke of luck, wasn't it? I think you'd like my mate Barry. He's great. He's 7'4" tall. He weighs 26 stone, and he's sexually attracted to both men and women. He's a lovely bloke, by and large. He works in a correctional facility. He fills up those little bottles of Tipex. He hasn't always done that, though. No. He's had all sorts of jobs over the years. He even had a business of his own. He had a business breeding like snakes and turtles and crocodiles, that sort of thing. But he had to give it up in the end. Unfortunately, he suffered from a reptile dysfunction. So, do you know, that's the first time I've ever done that one out loud. I might keep that one. That's all right. Yeah. What else has he done? He invented a Japanese-style aphrodisiac broth made out of deer antlers, those things, yeah? He called it Miso Horny. So, that's the first time I've done that one as well. I might drop that one. Quite go as well. But he's always got some kind of scam going on. He came up to me the other day and he said, "Rob, right, I've got a deal." He said, "I've got 500 boxes of reject tampons for you. £1 a box, no strings attached." Didn't bother with that one. Not quite so good. I did ask him the other day why he'd set up an office in his wardrobe. He said, "Narnia business." All right, have you asked? He was looking a bit depressed the other day, so I asked him, "Are you doing anything nice at the weekend?" He said, "I'm going to crack open a cold one." I said, "Oh, barbecue?" He said, "No, autopsy." That one splits the room, doesn't it? That split the room between me who found it funny and you who didn't. That was interesting, that one. He moved house recently. He bought a house, but it's got no running water. So I got him the Get Well Soon card. And he's absolutely obsessed with tennis. Absolutely obsessed. He's Wimbledon this and the French Open that and the Athena girl on the poster showing her ass the other. He even married a girl called Annette. I said to him, "How old were you when you first became so obsessed with tennis?" He said, "I don't know, 30, 40. Why, oh why can I not spell yo-yo? I've been been doing that yo-yo joke for a while now, ladies and gentlemen. I have tried to drop it, but it just keeps coming back. Got myself some new kitchen scales. Turns out, our kitchen, not quite as heavy as our bathroom. Who knew? I went litter picking the other day. You'd think people would be pleased, wouldn't you? All I got was, oi, those are my puppies, put them back. When I first met my wife, she was always wearing massive gloves. I thought, she's a keeper. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been very kind and considerate towards me. I'm just going to leave you with this one final thought. Does everybody here remember Barbara Windsor? Yeah, old Babs. Remember Babs? She was lovely, wasn't she? So, I don't know if you know about her, but I read her autobiography recently, and I don't know if you know this, but apparently a few years ago, the Beach Boys ran a competition to see if they could find the world's best sheep-based theme pub. Stay with me. But unfortunately, on Babs, her entry broke the rules. So that they had to bar the bar Barbara ran. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm going to stand in. You've been fantastic. See you next time. Good night.